Brendgen et al. 2005, examining genetic and environmental effects on social aggression. This is also your twin study. Social aggression is aggression that socially manipulates behaviour, which can be overtly or covertly done. There's not a lot of research done on social aggression. A lot is done on physical or verbal aggression. Brendgen aimed to see if social aggression was genetic, to see if social aggression was caused by the same way that physical aggression was, to see what type of aggression would lead to another. Participants and procedure. 322 pairs of twins were tested, but complete data was collected of 234 of these twins. 123 pairs of these twins were DNA tested, and this backed up the assignment of MZ and DZ twins 94% of this time. This was considered reliable enough. 44 MZ males and 50 MZ females, 41 MZ males and 32 MZ males, and 67 mixed. It was a longitudinal study at 5 months, 18 months, 48 months, and 60 months, and then again at 6 years old. The data gathered considered the ratings of the twins' behaviours from teachers and classmates at 6 years old in the spring term to ensure that they were well known. Teachers' ratings were on 2 scales, and children gave scores based on physical and social aggression. The preschool social behaviour scale, PSBST, was used, and the direct and indirect aggression scale was used. These tests included statements like, tries to make child dislike other children, says bad things or spreads nasty rumours about other child, becomes friends with other children for revenge, gets into fights, physically attacks others, or hits and bites others. You can see how this is split into physical and social aggression. Pair ratings were done by giving children a booklet containing photos of every child in the class and asked them to circle 3 pictures of children that were matched on 4 behaviour descriptions. For example, tells child not to play with other children, is mean in secret, gets into fights. Evaluate this procedure and the participants. There is a 94% chance that they were in the right category. However, there's still a 6% chance that they weren't. It has good representation of twins. It's a longitudinal study. Some of them dropped out, some of them were from underprivileged backgrounds, and this is low generalizability and reduces individual differences. Both scales used were well established. Pair ratings. This can lead to bias, and also it has an ethical issue. Pair ratings may lead to bias as people may not like the other people in this study. Does that make sense? The peers who were rating the kids may not like them, therefore leading to lower ratings. It's not actually based on the aggression. Ethics. It also may damage friendships and lead to isolation of participants due to them seeing as a bad kid. There's a high correlation between MZ twins and physical aggression, then the ratings on DZ twins and physical aggression. Scores for social aggression were similar between MZ twins and DZ twins. Physical aggression can lead to social aggression, but not vice versa. Teacher ratings did rate boys more physically aggressive than girls, and girls more socially aggressive than boys. Pair ratings from classmates showed that boys were more physically and socially aggressive than girls. There is also a moderate correlation between the teacher and pair ratings for physical and social aggression. This shows that it can be reliable. We can conclude from this that social aggression is due to social norms. They did not choose the participants. They took it from the Quinn-Neubeck twin study, a cluster sample. This reduces bias and leads to validity. They used inter-rater reliability. 2 researchers visited the classroom. This led to less bias. They used already established questionnaires. This means it was a reliable test of social and physical aggression. Early intervention could be characterized by the information from these studies. Social aggression is linked to environment. Then it's possible to reduce the effects of social aggression. The study takes a more holistic approach, including environmental factors. The study uses 2 different sources to gain insight, teachers and children, and they had a moderate correlation, making it more reliable. Which translations may have impacted the data? The study was carried out in Quebec, where some schools speak French and some schools speak English. The questionnaires had to be translated. We don't know if the participants actually understood. This impacts validity. The age of participants made data collecting a long process. 6-year-olds had just learned how to read and write, and researchers had to sit with the children and explain each question and make sure that the data was recorded. Therefore makes the study a very long and expensive process to partake in. Therefore, this makes the study very hard to replicate and non-falsifiable. This makes the study unreliable. Extraneous variables, children's lives are not accounted for and only looks at the nature. This makes it low in validity and reductionist. It only investigated one age group. Research suggests that physical aggression takes place at the age of 4 and that social aggression doesn't fully develop until the age of 8. There's not enough age groups to say that this is an accurate study of aggression. Even though there was a correlation does not prove causation, cause and effect, biology or environment. Therefore, this study is low in validity. The study may have caused friendship issues. Choosing who's the meanest kid. Kids don't normally think about this. Therefore, this study does not protect participants from harm as it may set up twins to have a harder life than they would have.